Hey everyone, welcome to your Timeless Love reading. My name is Natalie and this is Eve's Rising Tarot. And in this reading, we're going to tap into what is happening between you and the person of interest on your mind. It is my intention to bring clarity, awareness, understanding, and a path forward on how to navigate this situation with your person for your highest good and greatest expansion, and ultimately with the goal of helping you to find temperance in the middle way and your path, your divine path. So with that in mind, let's get into it. Let's get an overall energy or feel for where your person is at. How is your person viewing this connection presently? What is their overall energy towards the connection in general? Queen of Pentacles. It feels they have a very warm and kind of hearth and home feeling about this connection, about you. You make them in some aspect feel loved, safe, and just at peace overall. Let's get a little bit more on that. Why the Queen of Pentacles as the viewer's person's overall energy towards the connection? Why the Queen of Pentacles, Spirit? 2 wanted to pop out. Everyday mythic. Integration, authenticity, self-acceptance. Your unique magic isn't reserved for grand stages. It lives comfortably within your everyday skin. And that's what it feels like, self-acceptance. You make this person feel very safe to be themselves around you. So there's this one that came out. Everyday mythic. And inner boundary. Defining your space is an act of self-respect. Hold your center gently. Your energy deserves protection. So in some sense, they feel like they need to protect themselves from you or the connection or the feelings they're feeling in the connection. Okay. All right. What are your overall energies towards each other? Strongest energies you're operating from towards one another presently. So your energy towards this person is a desire to come close. I don't know why I'm hearing that song Come Close by, I think it's Common or Mary J. Blige, I can't remember. Collaboration, to come together and to make something together, to create something, possibly a connection or a relationship. Okay, their overall energy towards you. Having planted seeds or done something that they are waiting for the results of at this time. And that might be something you're aware of or something you have no idea what that means. Take it as it resonates. Okay. And on the bottom of the deck, there's a little bit of confusion popping out. Spirit, please clarify the 3 of Pentacles for your energy towards your person. Why the 3 of Pentacles? Why the 3 of Pentacles? Letting go. Letting go is the process of releasing all past emotions and experiences and freeing you from the heavy burdens. Letting go reminds you that only by releasing the past can you embrace a new phase of life, allowing yourself to move forward with a lighter heart. So this is clarification for this, letting go. And I see that this as an anvil, what they're hammering away on has a heart on it. So you may be in a space where you realize that through this person, through the lens of the experience with them, that there are things that you've held on from your past that influence you and that have maybe, popped their head up in this connection somehow. Why the 7 of Pentacles as their energy towards you? Planting seeds that they're waiting to see the fruits of their labor. Jealousy. Also very similar colors too to the bush and the pentacles. So jealousy. Jealousy is the desire for what others have, reflecting anxiety about unachieved goals within yourself. When jealousy arises, reflect on the lessons it brings. It reminds you to focus on your own growth rather than comparing yourself to others. So jealousy, planting seeds. Green with envy, I'm hearing. So perhaps this person is, focusing on improving their life, bettering their life, because it keeps them from feelings of jealousy towards you in some sense, towards some way in which you are that they admire and they want for themselves. Take it as it resonates. Jealousy. Maybe that will, get a little more clarified as we go in. Okay, let's see. What do we want to look here? What is the strongest connecting love energy between you and this person? So I'm also feeling too and seeing the difference in your energies towards one another. Yours is like this blue and purple with, some green in it, which kind of speaks to the higher mind, the higher self, the crown chakra, and seeing from a higher perspective, a more evolved, expanded perspective. And also, in this Three of Pentacles, you have a desire to come together and to create something beautiful with this person, with little cherubs on it, right? So a very angelic, loving, compassionate view of them. And they are, planting seeds, and pentacles, which is very earthly, possibly from a very, or more egoic, mind perspective. So this kind of tells me that you may be somebody who is more faced towards a spiritual path or spiritual evolution or expansion or self-work. And this person is more operating from their ego, right? Which jealousy is the ego. The curse of life is the curse of want. It's a Dark Souls reference. So to want what somebody else has is the curse of life. The curse of life is a gift that's given to us with an ego, right? What is the strongest connecting love energy between you and this person presently? Strongest connecting love energy. Ace of Cups. You both want a new start. You both see the potential for something beautiful to blossom and grow from an emotional and relational sense with this person. Strength on the bottom. I don't know why with this I'm getting kind of the masculine and the feminine, and I'm already also seeing the imagery of the lovers. And clarifying this, I see, and I'm brought to the thought of the lovers, where the masculine energy, which is the conscious mind, is gazing at the woman, and the woman represents the subconscious mind, and her gaze is upward towards heaven, which is the superconscious. So essentially, the man is looking to the woman for a more in-depth understanding of the higher realms, right? We cannot get to the realms of altered state of consciousness, expanded consciousness, different realms of spirituality without going through our subconscious. And that's what we tap into when we meditate. And I'm seeing that too with that me making or seeing this, your person in a more egoic, earthly mindset, which is this. And then you in this more heavenly, higher perspective of wanting to create, wanting to release old wounds and heal things from your past that you recognize you carry with you. And this person feeling jealousy and focusing on improving their life. But ultimately there is a desire to have a new beginning. There is potential recognized on both sides that the emotions are felt on each side, and that this could go somewhere. This has the potential to be something beautiful. But this person, I'm getting there very much the lion energy, that lower mind. Maybe they could be a Leo or a fire sign, somebody spicy. You also serve as a mirror to this person, where you see, or they see themselves more clearly in a way they never have, through you, in all the ways that you reflect and you respond to the ways they behave, the ways they communicate, things of that nature. The High Priestess. So you're very intuitive. Okay. What is the strongest crossing energy? What is the strongest crossing love energy between you and this person? Strongest crossing love energy, Spirit. Strongest crossing love. The Prisoner. Feeling bound and restricted. Feeling confused, feeling unable to see clearly that which is happening in front of you, blocked. Feel free, if anything comes to you when you look at the imagery that I show you, listen and trust your intuition, even if it contradicts what I'm saying. Always. Prisoner now is called to look at the bottom. Pursuit. And I see two identical crows. And crows are highly intelligent creatures, right? They can even speak our language. One below, one above, and I feel that there's conflict between them. Feeling bound and restricted. Something is blocking you from pursuing one another in the way. This could be communication. It could be factors around you. And I'm hearing something. What is it? I saw... It's not something about how there's nothing wrong with you. You're on different frequencies. And so it feels like you're speaking to one another, but and I'm also getting the reference of R.I.P.D., which is a really funny show. And if any of you had seen it, sorry, it's spoilers, but it's about basically a police department that is for the afterlife. And when people die and they become part of the R.I.P.D., there is something put in place so that those people, they exist in the physical realm, but to the loved ones and family members that knew them in their life, they appear as different people, and they are speaking gibberish when they try to speak to one another. And that's what it feels like here. Is there's just blockages that are causing you to have difficulty in communicating with one another. Different frequencies. You say this thing, and they hear something else. I want to read about it. I want to read about the Prisoner and see what else comes here. Okay. Negativity, cycles, and compulsion. I also see with this too, I looked at the bottom and saw this, cycles, like round and round, conflict continues. The prisoner is one who finds themselves locked behind the bars of a negative thought cycle. At some point, the prisoner becomes stuck in a pattern or several patterns of an unhealthy life. The habits vary widely, alcohol, drugs, gambling, etc., but the cause is often the same. Being subtler than any physical confinement, the prison of the mind can prove difficult to escape. Many keys may be needed to finally unlock the door and let the light back in. However, if the negative state of mind can be shattered, the prisoner will find themselves unshackled, free to live unbound by dependency and possibly stronger than ever. The prisoner reminds us to break negative thought patterns as soon as they arise and to seek help should they run too deep. So compulsion, negativity, and cycles, patterns, habits, prison of the mind. And that feels like the cycle that is keeping you on different like radio stations as far as your communication. I want to read about pursuit too. Pursuit, chase, evade, hide. And this could be speaking of the cycles because I did see like the circular formation of the crows. They look, like the identical bird, mirror image. This could be, mirroring one another. And I did say something about how you serve as a mirror to all their behaviors and show this person the way in which they behave that is, has not been visible or in their conscious awareness until your arrival in their life. And with this, the claws out with the crows, it feels like between the two of you, there could be conflict or push and pull or tension or a sense of not being at peace with one another and not being able to find common ground, not being able to hear and truly hear or see the other person for their experience. Pursuit is the desire to flee from something or someone, avoiding or hiding from a person, situation, or responsibility. Alternatively, it can also reveal you are chasing something or someone, likely a moving target, in an attempt to obtain answers or closure. So this could be the dynamic, one of you, avoiding or running away, not being accountable, and the other, in hot pursuit trying to get answers. So that's not a fun cycle. I don't mean to laugh, but I've been there. When being pursued in life, sometimes it's best to look closely at the pursuer. Be it a person or an opportunity, the choice will often become continue fleeing and avoiding the confrontation, or allowing oneself to be caught, facing one's fears directly, so turning around and staring it right in the eyes. In the case of chasing one's desires, the best question to ask oneself becomes, do I really truly want what I am chasing? Remember to be careful what you wish for. So a prison of the mind and the cycle that's playing out as a result of the mindset or the belief or the pattern or the habit or the wound is running, not being accountable, and the other person is chasing. So a runner and chaser kind of dynamic here. And I want to get a little bit more about that for you and them. So let's see here. Put that little guy over there. Why this energy is the strongest crossing for the viewer. Please clarify the prisoner and the pursuit. Why the prisoner and the pursuit for the viewer, Spirit? 3, 2, 1. Envy. So envy and jealousy. Lack, comparison, resentment. And I see a woman looking in a mirror through, could be on both sides as well. You have green, remember. Okay, so I'd looked at this, I clarified for you, is this letting go of something of your past. So this could be you becoming aware of either being the runner or the chaser, or the cyclical, not being accountable, not really confronting the problems. And that is at the center of the focal point, but it's being taken over by this white light, right? And surrounded by this energy of the crown chakra, right? The higher self is stepping in and helping you to heal what looks to be, on your part, envy. So there's a part of you that envies this person as well. Lack, comparison, resentment. And also this person putting their hand on the mirror, and it's not showing it too well with the lighting, but the person on the ground right here. She has like more of turquoise, and the person in the mirror is wearing that green. So clarifying the prisoner and the pursuit is on your side. It is in some sense envy, lack, comparison, comparing yourself to this person. Lack could mean, be what is causing you to chase. I want what this person has, so I'm going to pursue it. It's a call to awareness that whatever you envy within this person that is, resulting in this cycle and this conflict, it's something that you desire to have for yourself in some sense. Okay, and I'll put these back. Why the prisoner and the pursuit for your person? Why the prisoner and pursuit for the viewer's person, Spirit? Perfectionist. Pressure, shame avoidance, and hyper-criticism. So these feel like wounds from possibly childhood for your person. Maybe they were in an environment where they were criticized or just completely neglected. And there's, shame. Or possibly there was an expectation from parental figures or guardians to be unreal as far as their performance or presentation or being. A lot of pressure here. And it caused this person to be hypersensitive to criticism. This could be also what's playing into the communication problem between the two of you is, we all have different opinions and different ways of communicating, and people are different. We think differently, we believe differently. So if anything is brought up where there's a difference in opinion or there's something that needs to be communicated through to find common ground, this person really reacts really strongly because it's perceived, it triggers a wound of criticism or, neglect or something in their childhood. An emotional blackout on the bottom, shock, freeze response. Your person could just close up, clam up, go cold, and really back away until they come out of that state that your communication or your presence puts them in. So envy and perfectionist. This person also could have that tendency to, be very critical of others too. And it could lead to conflict or debates or things like that between the two of you that could ultimately result in this cyclical conflict that results in one person running and the other person, demanding answers. Interesting. Take it only if it's feels like what's happening in your situation. What is your person keeping from you? Could be a no contact situation. It's feeling like that. What is it that your person is keeping from you? Temperance. I am now able to maintain a calm reaction under stressful events. Each day I feel closer to you and ready to start a healthy relationship. And their overall energy towards the connection is Queen of Pentacles. Having to draw a boundary in some sense to protect themselves. That could be something that they do, they back away and they draw a line and say, I've been triggered, I've been activated, I need to back away. But really they are finding more self-acceptance and awareness in their operating, not techniques, but their operating system as a result of meeting you, seeing you, communicating with you. You are a type of person who has an energy that when you come into contact with people, your light shows them things that are in the shadows. And it can be a very lonely and difficult place for you to be in because you have you're like a catalyst type of energy where you activate people into a healing process. And I keep hearing resentment, then that might breed resentment in these people, in this person. It could be something that they've experienced, but as time goes on and you operate the way that you do in your loving and healing energy, they are starting to feel less activated in their nervous system by your energy, your presence, your word, your loving light. Okay, is there anything else that this person is not sharing with you? Anything else, Spirit? 3, 2, 1. Okay, nothing wanted to come out there. What is it that your person is most drawn to and magnetized within you? What aspect of you are they most drawn to? Consciously, subconsciously, unconsciously, whatever. What is the most magnetic aspect that draws your person in? Your passion, your excitement. You might be somebody who just flies by the seat of their pants and is really stoked on life and passionate, inspired. You follow what you love. You do what you love, and you're not afraid to go down a road that takes you alone, because all you need is you and God, I'm hearing. Okay. Let's kind of shift to you. What are you being called to see within self at this time? What is your higher self guiding you to see? Let's see. Listen to your body. Listen to your body's message about a person or situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. And if you are energized and happy, move forward. And this kind of feels like this jealousy almost might be about, too, this Knight of Wands energy. You're passionate, you're forward moving, your gaze is set on creating a life you love and following your purpose and path. They might envy that in a light because you do it in a way that is more spiritually based. So I'm kind of getting, and take it only if it feels intuitively like your message, but that you might be the chaser and this person might be running. You might be the person who is, I'm hearing aggressively, but only take that if it's yours. Aggressively seeking answers or understanding. Speaking Greek, I'm here, is like that's what's happening. You're speaking this language and they're hearing it in gibberish. There is definitely a blockage in communication here, and it is intentional. That means focus more on letting go. Focus and feel into what effect the dynamic and the present standing of the connection is having on your body, on your nervous system. Feel into your body. Do a scan from the top of your head down every square, centimeter of your tissues. Feel into your eyelids, your cheek muscles, your jaw, your neck, your throat, your muscles, your traps, your lats, everything. Feel into it and feel where there's tension. And pay attention, if you're communicating with this person and it's you're parting ways after having heated communication, feel into your body. And it feels like a message to pull back the reins. Anything else that you would like to share that the viewer needs to hear for their highest good? Anything else, Spirit? 3. Surrender to prayer. Give yourself over completely to prayer. When you pray from your heart, you will be heard throughout the universe, and answers and support will arrive. So it does feel both figures are kind of in a meditative and prayer position. Connect with your higher self. Connect with God. Make time to receive instructions for your life, is what I'm hearing from heaven. Listen to your body. Feel into the effect that this dynamic, this relationship, this connection, your interactions with this person is having on your body. Okay. What actionable advice does Spirit have for you? What actionable advice does Spirit have for you at this time as you're listening to this reading? What do I believe about money? Do my beliefs match my dreams? So you may be focused on improving your relationship, healing your relationship with money, with abundance, moving consciously and actively from a known lack mindset into gratitude and abundance. How does your relationship with money affect your current situation? Do you believe you are worthy? Do you believe you are capable? Do you trust money? And does money trust you? Money is an energy. It ebbs and flows, and you are worthy of it, and your responsibility to heal your relationship with money is part of your waking up to the whole of you and your purpose. Today's soul action: take a deep dive in your belief system around money. Are there any beliefs you need to upgrade to create the results you are wanting most in your life? Write out your money story. Is it time for a sacred shift? What will your next chapter be? Fill in the blank. I am grateful to money because blank. So some prompts and ideas and questions to ask yourself in your reflection and your work to heal your relationship with money and with abundance, because that aspect doesn't just stop at finances. It extends into everything, and to relationships, to your creativity, all of that. What do I believe about money? And do my beliefs match my dreams? And let's get a message from your higher self. 'Love yourself more by saying no to the things that feel draining and burdening for you. Surrender to the wisdom of your body. Saying no when you want to say no instead of saying yes to please other people is a real act of self-love. Love yourself more by saying no to the things that feel draining and burdening for you. Boundaries. And also that's an energy that your person is in as well. So, and I always reference this, but even good people with good intentions who are benevolent in nature will cross boundaries that don't exist. So it's really important to make it known who you are and what your boundaries are. And it really is guidelines for how, to show people how to respect you. And, we can all work on that. So love yourself by saying no to the things that feel draining and burdening for you. Okay, let's close it out with an angel number. (2020) Infinite potential. Your soul holds infinite potential waiting to be discovered and brought forth into the world. The seemingly impossible is but a fleeting thought, a mere illusion in the face of your true power. The curse of life, right? Embrace the boundless essence of your being and allow yourself to soar beyond the confines of limited perceptions. Beyond societal programming beyond what your parents believed, beyond what religion tells you is possible. Within you is a compass and an infinite library of wisdom that you can tap into at will. And deeper, the more you practice and strengthen those faculties that allow. And this feels like a message that's connected to, what do I believe about money? Do my beliefs match my dreams? I feel like I want to read that again. Embrace the boundless essence of your being and allow yourself to soar beyond the confines of limited perception. To soar. Limited perception feels, soar. These birds focused on egoic attacks on one another, needing to be right, needing to be superior, protecting the ego. But ultimately, I'm hearing something that I came across today. To surrender feels like death to the ego. And the ego will do, an eagle could mean something to you. That could have been, something that you've seen, or, an animal that has an energy that has a message for you as well. So feel free to look that up if you feel called. But surrender feels like death to the ego, and the ego will do anything it can to prevent you from whatever this surrender is. But what has locked you in combat with this person is a focus of the lower mind, the ego. The soul is not involved in this squabble. I'm hearing infinity at the bottom. All right, and I'm going to leave the reading there. I hope it was helpful. And if it was, feel free to like, share, comment. I like to hear how it connects with you guys. It's really rewarding, and it's confirmation for me. So if you feel brave, share how it connects. And I'm sending you guys all so much love, and I will talk to you soon.